That's why cannabis is illegal, to control us. And Poland has a lot of experience with control, from the monarchies, from the Russian invasion, the Nazi invasion, the Soviet regime, and governments in Poland have controlled their citizens. And so if you ask them to legalize, they're going to eventually say, okay, thank you, we will do that. And then you will have almost no control over the cannabis culture in Poland, which right now you have a fair bit of control. You have influence. The culture is made up of true, authentic people who are even willing to go to jail. So you have to decide why you want to legalize cannabis and for what purpose. To stop people from going to jail? Then you should advocate only that they stop arresting people. But if you say, please legalize cannabis, they will take our culture away from us, and they will give it to people who only care about bureaucratic procedure and the money that a corporation could make and the taxes a government couldn't collect. That still may have benefits for citizens because ultimately marijuana will be produced. And perhaps a lot of marijuana will be produced and the price will plummet like it is in Canada. It is coming down very quickly to very low levels here. So that's good. So you must decide what kind of future you want. I would recommend that you advocate only that the government stop arresting the cannabis culture, but not specifically to legalize or regulate. It's harder to get attention for a movement like ours because we've been around so long and people take us for granted. So your objectives politically are to reduce the number of arrests. So in Canada, we achieved that. What we didn't achieve was the freedom we wanted for the cannabis culture, for all of us to be able to grow without restrictions, without supervision, for us to be able to consume how we liked, and for us to be able to buy and sell how we liked. That is very regulated and restricted and mostly taken away from the people who, you know, basically advocated and lobbied and went to jail for legalization. So the difficulty with legalization is that the government will put our culture in the hands of the bureaucrats, mostly, and then also with the hands of big business. And those two groups tend to exclusively manipulate the rules and regulations and everything so that you and I will only be allowed to be consumers or perhaps grow a few plants in our home. So when you're advocating legalization in Poland, you have to emphasize that it's the individual that must be able to grow and to be able to be free of harassment if you grow or even sell in small quantities. That's really important because the government will always make an arrangement for big business. They will always make an arrangement to tax. So you don't have to worry about taxes or big business. The person that gets eliminated from the equation when you hand our culture to politicians is the ordinary citizen. So you must protect access of the citizen. That's the only thing that's important. Stop arresting citizens for growing cannabis, stop arresting citizens for possessing cannabis, and stop arresting citizens for selling cannabis. That's your only message. You shouldn't discuss anything else. So we have a lot of cannabis going on, and I think for a Polish person, you would consider this almost paradisical. This is probably paradise to most people in the world. You can buy cannabis within 2 kilometers of probably every citizen in Canada. Like, it's not, you just walk out and you go buy cannabis. And additionally, if you go into a cannabis store like the one I work for, we have 150 different kinds of cannabis you can buy. You can buy 15 kinds of pre-rolled cannabis. You can buy 30 different kinds of indica, 20 different kinds of sativa. You can buy hashish. You can buy pens and oils.